Oh my God, what a weekend, everybody. Good morning. Welcome to the Blockchain Basement Morning Macro Report. Absolutely beautiful weather out there. Some scary things happening on the macro. We have breaking news coming out of the east side of Azerbaijan, or Azerbaijan. It's terrible. The Iranian president found dead in the East province over there. It's not technically Azerbaijan, it's East Azerbaijan, but we'll get into that in a minute here. Shout out to everyone for joining me on this crazy morning this weekend. Absolutely nuts. I decided to, I have 4 kids, a gigantic dog, a bunch of chickens. You know what we added to the mix? We added a puppy. Here we go. So follow me at Druth Cryptos, where I'm dropping everything here, folks. Just talking about the show here today. Make sure to give this a retweet. You know what I mean? Give this a retweet. Got some absolute chaos. Can confirm whales are based. What do we got here? This is our weekend video of Polkadot. Really great deep dive on Polkadot. And really there's something much more bullish for Polkadot related to what I described being rolled out in this video. You got to check out the video. Got to see what's coming for Dot. This is the report on the president of Iran, Mohammed Mukhaber, provides update. So is the vice president giving an update on the situation this weekend. It's not looking good, folks. Also not looking good is my sleep. So this is my boy here sitting with this little, God, he's so cute. This dog is just adorable. We named him Hoover. Not after the president, but after the vacuum cleaner. And his counterpart is Roomba, the larger Cane Corso counterpart of his. But man, this little guy kept me up last night. He was absolutely screaming, howling, trying to imitate a wolf in the background. So very interesting times. And Tyler, if you think Dot's dead, I implore you to go check out this video and look at the token demand that will be created from what's described in here. I don't want to give all the juicy details away. You got to watch the video to really get the understanding of the potential use case for Dot coming in. A lot of moves away from parachains, a lot of reorganization, and I respect that. I respect a company that notices something's wrong with the demand for the token and you must fix it. So, I understand the past, the present, and, looking forward, I hope I understand the future. It really looks like something's good coming for them. Drew Tremp, mayhaps, but this one, my God, D-Bar holding on strong, but we're not going to get into too much crazy crypto stuff yet. We're going to look at the Bitcoin closing to see where we're at, just to get a good bellwether on where the crypto markets should head this week. This is from Matthew Hyland talking about the weekly has closed above a pretty key point right now, calling out still this bullish divergence on the RSI compared to the weekly Bitcoin channels. Shout out to you, JT. Thank you for becoming a member of the Blockchain Basement. Member for 9 months. You're getting up there. You're almost to the year hierarchy, man. Once you get to the year, you're like your executive level. But I appreciate every single one of you guys in the chat. Now, remember, this show is powered by Arculus. This is the world's leading cold storage platform where you can easily secure, store, buy, swap, send, and receive your crypto with a simple tap using the 3-factor authentication. Keep your assets safer than ever. Get your crypto off of exchanges and take control of your own. Use code BASE10. Click the link in the description to get your hands on one for yourself or for a loved one that just needs to understand how damn easy it can be to become your own bank. That is one of the beautiful things I love about this product. It's easy. We can show it to people that are well outside of the scope of crypto, and they won't, look at you like you're an alien. But some things that were pretty shocking to me this weekend. Silver's still on its way up. It hit $32 this weekend. Let's just go to the silver price chart and see where we are at as of this exact moment. Whoa, man, still holding above $31 right now. Absolutely beautiful. Shout out to all my silver bugs. Finally, your moment has come. My God. Let's see if we can get this here. I like this website for historical price data. Now you can see this is a pretty long term. Let's go here to all data. And there we go. Look at that. Not looking bad. Silver's trying to make a big comeback here, folks. Look at this. Absolutely crazy time. People have been chasing this pump for decades. For decades. Well, it looks like their time might finally be here. Sure, it didn't outpace the rate of inflation that came behind it, but at least it's not dead, right? At least it's not dead. Silver, useful commodity. You got to give credit. Even though it's not crypto, it's useful in the world, you guys. Still need silver. So good to see the silver chart waking back up. Some of my folks here in the chat are silver bugs indeed. And speaking of chat, shout out to the chat. Marlon Lawrence, Walker Hound, it's a mix. It's definitely an Australian Red Shepherd, I believe, mixed with, they were saying either a Mastiff or something like it. Flower Power Death Show. What's going on with Tucker? You know what? Real quick, I'm curious as well. I hold Tucker still. Let's figure out what's going on with Tucker. Oh, yes. What does this look like? This looks like health on a shelf, folks. This is Dark Baron just looking juicy. Let's see what we're doing on the Tucker chart here, though. Tucker Carlson. What's more ranging? Honestly, if it can hold this level, very bullish. I still hold Tucker. Already at a pretty high market cap, though, $62 million market cap. So nothing amazing can be, I'm not expecting Tucker to go to $1 billion, right? But, I use it just for fun, in and out. But the Twitter account for Tucker is absolutely lit. They come out with stuff basically every day. I'm sure that they'll have a hot report on what's going on today. But without further ado, the big news of the day, you guys, many bodies of those died in the Iran President Rashi helicopter crash have been burnt, cannot be identified. This is a picture of the crash on the back end of the helicopter. Yes, you can tell, very bad day to fly a helicopter. I believe we have some video footage showing the final moments of the Iran President Ebrahim Raisi before he lost his life in the helicopter crash, May 19th, 2024. Raisi was en route to the city of Tabriz in northwest Iran, returning from a dam opening ceremony at the Azerbaijan border with the aircraft crash. Amidst the heavy fog, the crash killed 8 people. Iran authorities report that one victim survived for an hour and attempted to summon help. Iran's leader Ayatollah Ali Khamenei has announced 5 days of mourning following the death of Raisi. This is super, super hella sketchy. So there's a lot of, reason in the thought process that it was maybe just the weather that caused it, maybe just a malfunction, but you're talking about the president of Iran here. And not just a month, maybe 2 months ago, they were sending missiles over to the Israeli province, to the actual Israeli province. Remember the the dome, the Iron Dome, all those images and visuals showing the Iron Dome repelling back over 90% of the missiles, but some of those missiles did land in Israel. Now we see this coming from the president of Iran. You guys, I'm going to be very honest with you. This is giving me extreme Franz Ferdinand vibes. This is giving me extreme kickoff World War I vibes. And it's not a good thing to see this president, lose his life in any regard, but to see it happen with the potential that it was actually one of their main competing state right now, amidst all of the other world conflict going on, even with compounded. You see, Slovakia's PM had an assassination attempt on his life last week. He is now in, it looks like, stable condition. It was very, very scary. Multiple gunshots. He is very, very lucky to be alive. And we see these attempts on the lives of world leaders, all while, what do we have now? It's hard to even keep track. What do we got? 5 world conflicts going on around the world, which the U.S. is, involved with on the NATO funding and training and slight on the ground involvement. It's not looking good, folks. And slight on the ground involvement, it can take many forms. It can also take form with CIA agents being arrested in Congo. My God, it just keeps going. The Democratic Republic of Congo's DRC armed forces repelled an attempted coup d'etat involving Congolese and foreign fighters on Sunday morning. A DRC spokeswoman said in a televised address, the army announces the arrest of an American agent. This is extremely bad. Now, we know the CIA very good at making the public or the headlines work in their favor. Bob is missing. I hope Bob's okay. Nicole Ministator. But this is it's just par for the course, you guys. And the world sees this. We see this. We talked about the fourth turning. We've had some videos about the fourth turning in the past. And moving forward, I'm going to be doing a lot more of those kind of blockchain bunker style videos that we originally started doing when this channel first got going, because these subject matters, they just keep coming to fruition. Billy Joel's predictions. I wonder what Billy Joel's predictions are. Let's see here. Palestine, terror, airline, Ayatollah in Iran, Russia and Afghanistan, Wheel of Fortune, heavy metal, suicide. You know what? You're gonna have to condense those for me, Crabman. I'm interested in your thoughts, though. We also had this massive fight breaking out in Taiwanese parliament over chamber reforms. Days before President-elect La Ching-te is set to take office, MPs were seen fighting, pushing, and kicking each other, with some members jumping over tables. The MPs fought in the morning. When they returned in the afternoon, they decided to fight some more. The Democratic Progressive Party, DPP, and the Kuomintang KMT were reportedly fighting over a new move that would criminalize officials who make false statements in Parliament. Look at him just taking the paperwork and running away. For a little bit more context, this was the opposing force here. Just, you know what? You can't sign it if I have it. So just absolutely crazy. Absolutely crazy what's going on. You'd think that these macro events would, because I opened my crypto account when I heard the news about Iran's president. Because remember, we took a bunch of profits right before those missiles hit Israel, or were launched at Israel. Most of them failed. They got hit by the Iron Dome. But we had, at that time, when those missiles launched, we did see a pretty volatile time for crypto, right? You all remember this. We busted back down to 57, just under 57, right after those missiles. Now we get all of this crazy news, and here's the Bitcoin price. My God, it is just given no Fs. Now, the black swan, the thumbnail for this video is valid, because we're talking about the physical reality of our existence turning, and the world is ending as we know it. It is changing at breakneck speed. Along with that comes the technological advancements of Bitcoin, AI, and the world at large, trying to automate everything. And if you're positioned with prepared, if you know how to prepare, if you are prepared, and you also are financially prepared by being your own bank, by getting involved in assets that are going to be part of the new framework and the road work for how the world works at large, you're going to be positioned in the right spot. This is what I implore everyone to do. My God, Ducey does slept through the exit of his trade. Ducey, what the hell, Deuce? So it's pretty impressive seeing Bitcoin price action hold up amidst all of this crazy macro news. You got to keep in mind that. And we're coming up on the election. It's going to get weird here. This is Joe Biden. How does he go from blinking one week to not blinking the next? And yes, the videos are real. This is 1 week apart, folks. And you can see the drastic difference in the formation of the eyes, of the face. It's like he filled his face full of collagen or something, or maybe this is the different robots that they're switching out. Apparently, we're going to have Uncle Joe capable and willing to debate Donald Trump. And it sounds like they are allowing Robert F. Kennedy Jr. into the debate as well, which I think is very healthy for the country. Now, let me know in the chat, what kind of drugs is this guy on? It's not about if he's on drugs. What kind of drugs is this man on? Sounds like Trump will be demanding a drug test before they actually undergo the debate, if you will, which is completely valid. Now, when you look at this, we know Joe, he's pooped his pants on stage. They keep swapping him out or filling him up with whatever the hell it is that they're filling him up with. I don't even want to know at this point. And then you have Trump shaking hands with over 1,000 naval graduates after his speech, staying 1.5 hours to salute them all. What did Biden do at Morehouse College graduation commencement today? You know what? Let's go in and take a look. Let's go in and take a look at how the world is feeling about Uncle Joe. We're raw dogging into the interwebs here. It's going to get weird here. Let's see if I can find it. Oh, yeah, here it is. Powerful images. Atlanta, Georgia. This is, right outside of where I live. Morehouse College graduation as Biden delivers his commencement speech. Look at this shit. People, even these college graduates are done. They are done with Bidenomics. They feel the Bidenomics. You can see the based overtake the face of these fine gentlemen because they realize that this scam artist that's been in politics for over 50, maybe even 60 years going on right now, if he meant well for you, he would have done it by now. He doesn't mean well. And so now we're left with the situation. People are waking up, and I'm thanking God every day that I wake up and I have more and more brothers and sisters that are seeing through the facade of what has been going on over decades time, mind you. People like me, people that are willing to speak out, people that are willing to conversate with the other side and show them the reality, align with them, understand emotionally where they sit right now. They see this giant club on Wall Street. They ain't in it, right? George Carlton made it clear. They ain't in the club. They have 10 reasons to Sunday to be pissed. They're putting their anger towards the wrong direction. You need to focus that concentration. Don't let any bad day go to waste. That's what I always say. And we need to take that mindset and keep an open mind, open heart for the people that are dissenting from the psyop of liberalism, because the world is becoming more based step by step. And it's people like you and me that are helping it happen. So with all that being said, now we go into the macro, we go into the money side. This is from Geiger Capital, just talking about the brutality of this graph. Adjusted for inflation, household net worth was up just 0.7% through Biden's first 3 years. It was up 16% through Trump's first 3 years. I lived this graph. I felt this graph. And here is the nominal value. Biden in the blue, not adjusted for inflation. Things seem to be going as par. If you do adjust for inflation and keep in mind your literal buying power when you're taking into mind these data points, look at what's happening. You are absolutely falling off of a cliff, barely trying to get above the 0 point right now. Adjusted for inflation net worth, absolutely getting slaughtered. This is likely why Uncle Joe experienced all those people turn their backs to him, why all these people no longer hear the words that come out of his robot drugged up mouth. They don't, because they feel what they're able to buy at the store. They feel the psyop and the lies that just get exposed over years' time, and then no justice brought forward over those lies, and they're pissed, right? So I like that this data is just coming to light and showing people what the hell has actually happened. I believe it was, well, this is from the Federal Reserve Bank of St. Louis, but I think it was the Wall Street Journal that originally, Wall Street Journal posted this out originally, and this needs to be spread like wildfire, folks. So now we have this. 22 members of Congress have sponsored Representative Thomas Massey's End the Fed bill. Okay. 22 members of Congress. Now, keep in mind, we just, we have a long way to go when it comes to getting the End the Fed bill to actually do something. Here's the backers, though. Kelly, giving me the membies, gifting the membies to the people in the chat. You absolute savage. Oh, my God. Oh, I just broke my computer. Kelly, let me know. Are you back in the studio today, this weekend? I can't wait to have you back, man. Miss having Kelly's on-chain data analytics to go and coincide. We usually come to the same conclusions with different data points. It's absolutely fantastic. It's wonderful. Kelly, you're a wonderful person. So now this is who has endorsed or sponsored the End the Fed bill. We got Biggs, Boebert, whoa, girl, coming out of Colorado, Burchett, Burleson, Kamak, Cloud, Crane, Duncan, Gates, Based, Good out of Virginia, Gooser, Green out of Georgia, hey, Hagman, Norman, Perry, Roy, Self, Sparts, and Tiffany. So good on those. It's a long road to the top if you want to rock and roll. Ending the Fed would be like the sweetest concert we could ever have, you guys. It's a huge goal. You know what? But I have huge goals for this channel. Yeah, we're small. We're only like 50. You know what? We broke 54,000 subs this morning. I want to give a huge shout out for you guys. I couldn't stop giving you commendments in my weekend video on the DOT expansion and the DeFi coming to DOT. Check this out, you guys. We broke 54,000 subbies right there. Boom, boom. We are moving. We are cooking with gasoline. And, really, I'm going to expand into something pretty special because we have all this crazy stuff going on in the macro. We're making good money in the markets. But then we got to take that money. We got to protect our wealth. So I'm going through my personal plan of how I did it last cycle and how I'm doing it this cycle, and really just opening up the floodgates for you guys to come out of this over the next 2 years in absolute positions of strength. And make sure to check out Kelly's BitLab stream from his dad's office today. Kelly, let me know what time you're going live, brother. I know you're kind of floating around. Make sure to catch Kelly's stream. So now we covered this lady last week. This was absolutely insane. This is where is she? She's Selena. So we have this from Pit Viper, and you know what, Pit Viper, you're dead to me. We have had to do this in 2024 until now, but unfortunately, reminding everyone, if you spread hate in Pit Vipers, will donate your money toward an organization that works against you. This is just such low. Oh my God, they're Pit Vipers. You're dead to me. You're absolutely dead to me. You had a moment where I was hearing you out, the colors kind of weird, I'd seen all the bros that would rock them in their like short shorts. Like, okay, maybe they're so masculine in their short shorts that they really feel that. Now it is confirmed that this is just like Black Rifle Coffee Company, a wolf in sheep's clothing, taking our money from base customers and giving it to the literal opposite intentions. And I hope they have their Bud Light moment. In my opinion, this is Pit Viper's Bud Light moment. There is no, maybe they meant well, there's just one person now. The person's representing the entire organization. Get fucked. So now we saw this coming out of, this is absolutely crazy. This is on Friday. The solar eclipse is going to happen. We know when the solar eclipse is going to happen. We have all this preparation for it 50 years in advance at the exact time, but then the alleged meteor that could wipe out thousands just happens to fly right by without anyone being aware in advance. This is absolutely crazy to see this happen. It is hard at times, I'm sure, as a solar astronomer to get things hella right, but this was immense. Like, it lit the sky up. It was glowing teal, glowing blue. Absolutely incredible. More just kind of a beautiful sight. Some of the magic of the world that we live in right now, folks. You got to soak it in. We are these organic beings. We could trade crypto. We can talk online. I can bring my thoughts straight to you live time right now. I'm getting your feedback immediately. Like, this is an amazing, amazing time to be alive. The advancements of technology, the things that we're involved with before they really take hold of the entire world with blockchain tech, verifiable data, and AI systems to come. We are at the precipice of the absolute turning point of the century. This is the fourth turning. the next industrial revolution, the blockchain boogaloo, as I like to call it. But we have to do it in the right way. And I had some pretty strong thoughts last week about CBDCs. I am of the opinion that as long as we retain our competitiveness on the national and world stage with the population's ownership of the Second Amendment and articles within the Second Amendment, I think that it is highly unlikely to roll out a CBDC system at mass to people that are in the sticks, that are in the prairies, that have stacks of cash, and they ain't gonna play that game. There's a lot of people that have kind of sitting on my side of the fence, so to speak. I don't want to say too much because then the algorithm robots will come and zap me out of existence, but it's going to be a very red, wet experience if they should try to force a CBDC on the American populace. And I don't think that they have the balls to do it. They can posture all they want about how it's going to happen. They put these releases out to see how you and I are going to react. They test the waters to see how you and I react to the potential of absolute social control and monetary control. And as long as we keep fighting back with our sacks, well protected in NADS, use code BASEMENT, link in the description if you want to protect your sack with NADS. Make sure you do so. But we have this. I thought this is just made me want to puke. I imagine bragging about how the government can both track you and control your money. This is not a flex. This is people in Dubai so glad that, they don't need this annoying wallet. My God, all they have to do is just show their facial recognition to the systems at large to be aggregated like sheep into a digital cesspool where they can be shut off at a moment's notice if they speak out against the leaders above them. Wow. So glad for you. Oh, good job. You know what I mean? May the chains that ride on your shoulders weigh you down heavier than you could ever imagine. That's all I got to say about that. Now, we got this. We're going to talk about AI, folks. AI probably going to destroy the administrative class. Here's how it's going to get interesting. This is the growth in physicians and administrators compared graph. Now you have a near 3,500% increase in administrators, mind you. Physicians, very nominal growth. Now, what do we see with AI? What are all the first language models to be rolled out? Their customer service, their administrative models, right? You got models going into fast food organizations to transfer food orders, things of that nature. The entire front end of this build out is on the administrative side, on the creative side with imagery, even data coding. So when you sit there and say, oh no, I'm fine. No one else can do this paperwork at this real estate organization. No one else can do this paperwork at this HR organization. You are sadly mistaken. This is why you must completely pivot the way you think about how to make money work for you, because this world is changing at a breakneck speed. And this graph is going to look very, very different over the next 10 years time frame, folks. We also have this. We were covering it slightly. I think things got a little crazy on Friday. Had Nick talking about all this cool mining stuff. Forgot to dig into all of the resignations coming from the ethics side of Sam Altman's OpenAI company. Community notes strikes again on Sam Altman. And this is in Sam Altman's response here. In regards to recent stuff about how OpenAI handles equity, we have never clawed back anyone's vested equity, nor will we do that if people do not sign a separation agreement or don't agree to a non-disparagement agreement. Vested equity is vested equity, full stop. Well, here's the reality of it, folks. Daniel Kokotajo, a former OpenAI employee who just quit, mind you, self-reported that he lost 85% of his family's net worth for not signing the non-disparagement agreement at the end. Sam Altman has not stated any plan to change that set of affairs because he's lying to you. And he's likely lying about us not achieving a singularity at this point. I'm still thinking that's probable. We had a slew of these high-end OpenAI people just really cryptic messages last week. I resign. I resign. I resign, right? You see massive shakeups with the board. Sam Altman's kicked off, then he's brought back on again. Entire sections of their ethics oversight done away with, resigning. There is something very dark happening in the background of OpenAI. And I hope to God that we come out of this on the other side with a little bit of control about how this system operates. Because if we don't, it's going to look at humans as an expendable item. It's going to look at you as a data creator aggregate. It can aggregate the data from you, but then it also look at how much human race takes away from the earth, and it will deal with it accordingly. That's just my opinion. Oh yeah, where's Lisa? I mean, everyone can't make it first thing in the morning. Calm down, Nicole. Nicole's out to get there, and Nicole's out to get you. Watch out, everyone. Love you, Nicole. So BlackRock CEO talking about, we estimate trillions of dollars of capital are needed to build out AI data centers. Not only the capital to build out the actual data center. Think about how many different systems need to build up partnerships and cooperation with each other to do that data aggregation within it. This is where the extreme power of blockchain tech can be applied to in a very tangible and viewable manner. Now, we're positioned ahead of this. My God, we don't know how it's going to end at the end of it, right? I don't know if it's going to be a Terminator, Skynet type situation on the other side of this, or if it's going to be a truly helpful computer system that knows just enough to stay in its lane, which is the human hope, I would imagine, to not give all power over to computer and AI systems. But BlackRock acknowledging the immense amount of money and capital that are needed to not only build out the AI data centers, but to build out the inroads within that is immense. And then we talk about how much we've printed over the last few years. Just wait until they try to blanket statement the AI integration across society as a whole. You have not seen anything yet, not to mention World War III. How much do you think they're going to print for World War III? It would not surprise me if we are over a $50 trillion deficit by 2035 at this rate. Social Security gone. People that didn't pivot into new technologies, absolutely wrecked. People that didn't think right now and make that move right now, homeless. I'm warning you right now, it is going to get ugly. They have no plans to save the lower middle class, guys. The only reason that we're here is to, service these elites. And if we start to realize how to capture our own control, our own sovereignty, that will be fought back tooth and nail. One more story before we send it over to DC. Just a Toyota Maxi over here, highlighting car dealership guy, calling out the 6 out of the 10 fastest selling new vehicles in May are Toyotas. All 6 of the Toyota models had a market days supply of 36 days or less, with many in the low 20s. On the slowest selling cars list, CDJR models dominate with 4 out of 10 vehicles, all having more than 230 days supply. Blazer EV, which Chevy just recently started selling again, replaced the Mach-E as the slowest selling EV with a 274-day supply. What's happening? Toyota Maxis win, EV Maxis lose. That's the moral of the story. I'm sorry to break it to you. I'm breaking hearts left and right here. Unbelievable. Johnny just came into the... We're going to go get a drink here, but appreciate every single one of you. Make sure to smash the like, share the stream on your way out. Say hello to DZ for me, and I'll see you at 2 p.m. And with that, I bid you